What we tried to accomplish with the feature is that when you touch the sport button on the L products, like the Challenger for example, it tightens up the rebound and compression on all the shocks in the four corners. Basically locks everything down so you got a super rigid ride, and that makes it really hug the track, and that's why we do it. The horsepower is 470 horsepower, and we have 470 foot-pounds of torque. The quarter mile is right around 12.5, 12.6 seconds. We call it mid-12s. And 0 to 60 is in the upper fours, right around 4.7, 4.8 seconds.
Awesome. We picked up 45 horsepower and 50 foot-pounds of torque, and yet we improve fuel economy. And the way we've done that is with fuel saver technology, which when not needed, reverts to 4 cylinders. It shuts off 4 cylinders in the engine and runs on 4 cylinders. And we can do that from speeds of as low as 35 miles an hour to well over the speed limit, let's just say. When you don't need 470 horsepower, we're not going to make it run. We're just going to put fuel in the cylinders that need it to keep the car going. And then at the blink of an eye, when you hit the pedal and you need more torque, you've got it instantaneously. You've got all 470 right there for you.
Well, some of the competitors use different technologies. The one that we chose gives us the biggest range between a comfort mode and a sport mode. And that's really what we wanted to focus on and how to beat the competition. So in ours, we actually have a separate valve body that hangs off the side of the monotube shock. And there's a solenoid unit that fires in about a tenth of a second. So it's very, very quickly. And we have a module that controls when to fire and what mode to be in. And we can control rebound and compression in firm and soft. So there's quite a few settings on each shock. And when you add up, multiply it over the whole vehicle, you get a really amazing sensation over driving over the road.
The SRT track experience is something we've been doing since 2003. It's a wonderful program because these cars are so potent. There's so much potential in these vehicles. We want our owners to really extract the best from the vehicle. So we have this driving school that is offered with every purchase, and we've been doing it now for a very long time. Sadly, only 50% of our customers even use it, but it's there, and it's always good. So even if you haven't used it yet, you can go out there and use it. And we also have noticed people almost graduate from the program and they want even more of it. They really like it. So we're now offering advanced schools, and I'm a big believer in that. I mean, I'm a racer for over 15 years, and I believe it's safe to do it on the track, and it makes you a better driver on the road. And it also makes you appreciate all the wonderful work that the engineers have put into these cars. It's a shame to just dawdle around in these things because they are extremely capable.
Well, it's pretty interesting to take a vehicle that feels like a big luxury SUV and you start to haul it around the track, and of course you get that beautiful exhaust note that's rumbling out of the car in the big V8, and then you come into the first corner you're going to turn it into, and you just cannot believe that you're in an SUV ripping around the corners. The traction is unbelievable. The braking is unbelievable. The car hauls itself down very nicely coming into the corner. It rolls around into the corners, has just unlimited traction, and it just starts to make you giggle when you're driving the car. You can't believe that that's what's happening to you. So your mind thinks one thing's going to happen and another thing is happening. Kuno Whitmer, our test driver, has a 2010 Grand Cherokee, and he got out of the 2012 and was just blown away by the power, by the handling of the vehicle. He loves his car, but this vehicle, what really surprised him about this vehicle was the smooth ride and handling that it had. Yet when he decided to really push it around the track, it had just that outstanding handling that he expected from his 2010, and it actually exceeded his 2010.
Yeah, like you said, I do currently have a 2010 SRT Jeep, and you would call it now the older version, but you know, it's still a year old. Great car, but now that they've launched this 2012 with a 6.4 liter, 470 horsepower motor, refinement is the first thing that I saw, and the first thing you notice. And then the SRT Jeep, you take it on the track, and I took it through a couple of the modes. You know, it's got the automatic mode. I even put in snow mode to see how soft the shocks would go. You know, it was interesting because it actually really softens everything up. Then I took it into sport mode, which firms everything up quite a lot and kind of takes off a bit of the traction control. And then you put it into track mode, which was my favorite. I mean, the whole thing becomes like a go-kart. You're talking about a truck that's over 5,000 pounds.
Well, I'm just really proud of the entire team that worked on the car. It's a fabulous car, dynamics-wise. There were a lot of people that thought a vehicle this big couldn't handle this way. You could take this car out and autocross it and have a ball with it. It's just the handling and the performance of the car, I believe, is going to exceed most people's expectations. And when they get in the car, they're just going to be blown away by it.
Every year we're bringing in new things that we can improve on our vehicles, and we're listening to our customers. We have live forums that we do within the SRT group where we come in on after work from 6 o'clock until 10 o'clock. We actually do a call-in with our customers. We answer questions, and this is how we get our ideas. We're not sitting behind a desk and scratching our brains. We're actually talking to customers. We're figuring out what we need to do, and when we do something wrong, we fix it.
Exquisite, sexy, sophisticated. That's the way I look at it. And with a beast under the hood. That's exactly what it is. I mean, if you want to go on a highway drive, you want to go from work to the track or work back home, you had a long day, and still hear that grunt under the hood, it's perfect.